Hey there guys, it's Warden. Today we're going to be starting our Let's Play series for City Skylines. It's always been one of my favorite city building games. It's just kind of calming, enjoyable. Kind of watch the start of the city build up. This is the residential district. Oh crap, they need power. But yeah, it's a city managing game. You set up areas for people to build and you manage electricity, plumbing, and whatnot. Keep the people of your city happy, find what they need. Growing population, you progressively unlock more things the more you play. It's a really fun game. I've always enjoyed playing it. I've decided to do a no opening. Usually I will do just kind of straight out and build blocks off. I'm going to do kind of like this curve start and give lots of options for building. So yeah, I'm really excited to do this. I'll probably play until like our first 2 milestones, because in the beginning of the game you get a lot of milestones really fast. Yeah, here's our first industry building popping up. Yeah, I'm pretty excited to play this a little bit. See, I'm out of space now to build more houses, and if you look in the bottom right, you're gonna see that those bars, those show what the city needs right now, and they're always changing. And it's important to make sure that every part of the city matches its needs. So a lot of different ways to do so. It's fun. I recommend if you can get it, get it. It takes some skill to like actually get a hang of. I used to not even be able to really get like a start to a city, but now it's just super easy. I understand what I'm doing better. Yep, and now they all need power because I disconnected the power line. All you do is that now. And they all kind of share a power grid. Yeah, so as long as one house is connected, since they're all close enough, they can all run together. So yeah, right now I'm just setting up this area for more residential, so my population can continue to grow. And if you set up a zone for things to build in and the city doesn't need it, it won't get built in. It'll just stay there. So you have to just manage, make sure that thing goes well. So yeah, I kind of started off without filming, forgot to film. But this is where we're doing power. I usually will do clean energy. It has the best happiness, but it has lower output. Also, the coal power plants, they're really expensive, and if you don't have the ore industry, it will run out of fuel, and that's really annoying. So I've got to make sure that I'm doing one that I don't need materials for, and it's just simply the wind energy is just by far the best. If you look at it, these dark zones are areas that have the best production. You can also see like the city limits. I'm not allowed to go outside of those. So like this hill here, I'm planning, I could do building up there, but I might do a lot of electricity production. I kind of build in these flat areas, so just thinking. Yeah, they got a worker, okay. It's always good to plan ahead when playing this game. So now you just kind of wait when you first start, everything's a little slower. Yeah. So I'll be posting videos of me playing this game every once in a while. I'll be filming every bit of it. I don't know if I'll be streaming this, because I'm only gonna play a little bit during each day. It's not gonna make like hour-long videos for the Let's Plays at this. Yes, so these are your info panels, and you can now look at things in your city. So I can now look what my budget is. Always like to drop the budget a little bit to 95 for everything. Because it will increase the amount of money you have, because because you're spending less money on. I want to see what industry we already have. So yeah, I've got a very small amount of industry, and I want to expand it more, and it's going to expand out this way. And the city needs industry more than anything right now. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Usually I do medium roads for the industry. But I'm just going to do small roads because I'm not as free with money as I usually am at this point in the game. Because I had a much larger start of the roads. So that's caused me to lose some money. Having multiple roads like this going right next to each other allows for a whole lot better traffic flow. And traffic will become a problem later on. Like I assure you, haven't really been able to master traffic yet. So it will always be a struggle for me is getting traffic down. So you can already kind of see it's not like just a little town. Small little place here. I need to get plumbing to this new part of the city. So yeah, we got industry. They're producing a good bit of money, but they're also producing a lot of pollution. You kind of see that pink stuff there? That's the pollution. We don't want that to be next to the civilian areas because a lot of complaint will come in and health problems will arise. And happiness will drop and people will stop moving in. So you gotta make sure you put your industry a good bit away. I usually use the shopping as like a buffer zone because there's no complaints that come from people with shopping. The shopping itself will complain. They'll complain about lack of workers, lack of products to sell, lack of educated workers, and lack of educated shoppers. Because education becomes pretty important right here. So you reach a population of 400, which is what we're approaching pretty soon. If we keep going this way, so yeah, look at the bottom right. Shopping's important, but there's a lot of space for it to open up. As you see, it's just automatically building there. But our residential area is not have that option here. And I always do city blocks. It's just the easiest way. It's easier to build plumbing, power grids, everything's just kind of clumped together. And when I get high density residential and high density shopping, it's just really nice. Skyscrapers go up and you're able to have roads that reach everywhere. And it's just the better idea. I could not recommend doing city blocks more. Some people will do long roads. I am out of money. So that's the best part of the game when you're just waiting to build one thing because you don't have the money. I think I can actually do that. That's better. So yeah, now it's just a waiting game because I don't have enough money to really start a big project yet. I really like this little flat plateau valley. See a good bit of possibility for this one. This intersection isn't too congested. That's really nice. Alright, here's our first checkpoint. We unlock taxes and loans, garbage, healthcare and education, landfill, elementary school, and medical clinic. And you always get a good bit of money right at checkpoint or landmark, whatever it is. So, garbage things, that purple ring is the pollution ring. That whole area around it is going to be heavily polluted, but it's the only type of garbage we have. Later, there are incineration plants, which is my preferred one, but I don't have that yet. So I have to roll without it. Wait, is that? Oh, it's different than the other cities. Oh, because it's a different area. So we want to provide medical care. And you can see green shows the connections of the roads for the city. And this is going to get me full connection almost everywhere in the city except the industry, but that is not important. So there we go for that. In the elementary school, we need $10,000. It has a much less effective range. So you need more elementary schools and more high schools. And the lack of education can really become a problem. So I always kind of like do better for education. Your city develops really fast if you have high education. You get more modern looking buildings. I don't know if any of these buildings are actually going to start developing yet. So yeah, it says educate more citizens to let the building be upgraded. So I need to get education in, and things will happen. But one way to get more money, we've got our budget here. I'm going to drop our budget for everything. This will already help raise up our money a little bit. We're going to raise our taxes up to 11% on all the things. Usually I'll take it up to 12, but I don't want to do that right now. They won't complain, because the higher their education, the more they complain about taxes, because I guess they're like more aware about it. So right now I'm just not going to be doing that. And I do have to change my block structure now, because where I built the medical clinic, but in the end it's kind of a better idea to put it like that. It's in a very central area. So how I'm going to fix that problem of doing it is I'm going to line the road like this and just run right back. Oh wow, I was messed up placing that road. So I've got that replacement back into the block structure already. I can already start doing my city blocks again here. And the medical clinic will still reach these areas because of its placement. It's close to them. Now they can put houses on those. So yeah, you can kind of see the city here. There isn't much shopping or commercial zone or whatever. I just call it shopping because it's just like fast food and stores and whatnot. I want to take out a loan so I can build a school so I can get upgrading. So that's going to be, we're actually going to bump taxes up to 12% so I can make more money here. Because the loan's going to start taking money because I have to pay it off. So we're going to build our first elementary school kind of in this new area. You see it hardly reaches most of the city. But right here, I'd say this position is a little bit better. Most of the roads get it. Yeah, it's pretty good. Just that far side there doesn't get that much education, but I think if I put it here, yeah, it's much better. So the 2 elementary schools now cover most of the city. And I don't think it matters if this guy is connected anymore. Yeah, because these buildings are sharing a grid and they reach all the way to industry. So we don't need those power lines in here anymore. It's going to free up building space. So yeah, this is a pretty good start. I might do this design more, because it gives a traffic flow to your industry and shopping a little bit. And your residential zone is able to be broken off. Also, I like the map a lot. Usually I try to spice it up with maps, so this map is actually really cool. This might be one of my go-to now. We need a little more industry and residential zone. I'm going to expand our industry a little bit more. No, if you play this on PC, you get a lot more options for how you can build things. You can like actually curve roads. I haven't been able to figure out how to do that on a combination of my PlayStation yet, but it's alright. It really doesn't matter. They will automatically curve if they have to, but it does kind of reduce your ability to design. But honestly, I think the straight roads are just in general better. Oh, here's our second one. So we get a new area that we can buy. Policies, district specializations, service policies, districts, and the second loan, unique buildings, police department, fire department, forestry specialization, agriculture. I get new policies and 2 new buildings. But I'm going to finish districting our industry so it can expand a little bit. That's kind of my main priority right now, because industry is important. Later on, like in early game, it asks for a lot of industry, but later on, like 3 thick industry zones are all you're going to need for a while. It's going to be residential and shopping. They're going to really skyrocket up. That's once if like you get like ports and whatnot, because you can get materials from outside of the city. We need to build a firehouse now. Police department is actually the better one to build first, I've always discovered. and it's got a really good reach. As you can see, like, it gets most of it, but you do want police departments in industry zones. It is because the robberies will happen in the industry zones, so it's important to make sure that you get police departments everywhere you can. And then these 12,000, you can see if it's red, it's high risk. And in this zone, I do think you can get fire spray from the last map I did. There's too much water for fires to start. It was right on a river, and fires hardly ever started. So yeah, it was a relief on that map because I hardly had to build firehouses till I got into dense forest. But I'm already building near forest, and that I think causes fire. Oh, look at this here. We're not producing enough electricity to reach this part of the city. And a way to fix that problem, to your economy, can raise up my electricity budget. That did not solve our problem. I mean, it's helping it, but I need more electricity production. But I don't have the money, so I'm gonna have to solve that problem as soon as I can. But I want to make sure that these people have plumbing, and I just gotta start saving up for another windmill. I think it should be just one more, and that'll be good. Because my industry just did not gain the electricity it needs. Might also need more space to build shopping, so I might build a connecting road somewhere in here. Yeah, residential zone is going really nice here. I want to make sure that I have enough education getting to most of the city. Yeah, that's good. And then healthcare. Yeah, healthcare is good too. Okay, that's good to hear. Oh, we got enough for a windmill. 6,000 for a windmill. Or wind turbine, I guess. Yep. That should be good. And problem solved. This place needs more workers. They don't have workers yet. And simple way to fix that problem is by giving them some industry. I'm going to make a travel road here. This is going to allow for better traffic flow along here. And you can make it look really nice too. I'm gonna put some trees by it. So it kind of be like a new little alley. I think if I do a medium road, then actually it's gonna fit in there a little bit better. There we go. So now, like, you can already see, like, people from the highway just need to turn on, and they can get down here instead of having to drive through all the blocks. So it's just one of the go-to ways to get much better traffic flow. That's one of my go-to ways. So it looks kind of cool. Fills in that space a little bit more. So yeah, we just need a little bit more residential, but that means that this area here is going to fill up with a lot more houses. So residential zones don't do well next to highways. People complain about the noise. So we're actually going to solve that by putting up some shopping zones in here. And I think you can get a little. They're only the same building on these one little square zones, but yeah, you can get like little gas stations pop up there. So yeah. So yeah, this is kind of like the rundown of the game. I really enjoy it. One of my favorites. I'm gonna expand our residential area a little bit more. There we go. Eventually I'm gonna start to push it out this way more. We're gonna set up a district pretty soon. That's something more I should do. Setting up a district allows for better managing, easier ways to run policies. It's pretty easy. So this is going to be our first district, and it's just going to run. It's just going to be this area right here. It's going to first area. I'll expand it with the residential zone. But this will now be, I'll be able to manage this area specifically. Lake Square, actually that's kind of a nice name. I like that one. So now we can go to specialization and I can change it to agriculture. So all these industry buildings are going to get torn down. And now I can actually go to policies. And I can make a little bit better power usage decisions. And smoke detector distribution. Distribution. I speak English. This will greatly reduce the risk of fire by having the smoke detectors. It just costs a little bit of money, and you can see like my money's going down because I set up those rules. And that we might be dropping in negative. Hold on. Turn off power usage. That should already begin to raise our money back up, please. Please. Maybe not. Hold on. Oh dear. This is not good. Is it just the smoke detectors that did this? Hold on. Let's drop our budget a little bit here. And let's raise our taxes up to 13%. I don't know if they'll get mad at that. Could take that long, but that's not going to help too much. Okay. I think that it should start going up again. Come on, profits. Do I have that many buildings? Yes, it's going up. But not enough. Oh, it's going back down again. And these people don't have water. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, we're gonna. Okay, it's going back up again. This is a risky line here. Hold on. I can fix this. I just don't want to get rid of the smoke detector distribution. Because I don't have a fire station right now. And without the smoke detectors. Oh dear. Hold on, let me fix this. Let me sneeze, hold on. Excuse me, sorry about that. Oh yeah, you see one of our buildings just upgraded. I don't know which one though. Yeah, this one. So they get built into a better condition. I can buy new land, but I'm not doing that because look at the amount of space I have to build right now. I'll usually buy new land once I've filled up most of this space. You see some people don't like the forest industry, but it actually is the least pollution. And the quality around this area will actually start to get better. So, 2,200 I believe is our net, no, 1,300 is our next. Yeah, 1,300 is our next milestone, so I think I'll cut the video there, just so we don't build the whole city. So yeah, we're not gonna expand anymore because there's only a minor amount of residential area that needs to pop up, and there's a lot of space for them to build. And these little spots here, there's some open space, and the industry itself too is gonna be rebuilding itself. Change into lumber, and it's really nice. Our highway zones are actually flowing really well. which is always my biggest risk. But this like little cutoff here is gonna really help because it saves this area getting congested. Because if someone needs to get to, per se, here, it'll be easier to just go off the highway onto these progressively larger roads. And then they can just ride up into here. So they already get right where they need to be. Yeah, so our need for industry, there's a building upgrading somewhere. You can see the houses are going to begin to upgrade. It's going to be really nice. I think this is an upgrade house right here. And they have a lot of different levels. Yeah, this one is almost upgraded. Let's find an upgraded house. I know one of them over here. Yes. Yeah, let's see. It's an upgraded house. So it needs to educate more citizens. This is what an upgraded house can look like. A lot of options. You can set up all these fun policies and really just make the city grow. I should probably build our firehouse when I can. Yeah, as the city gets bigger, you need to keep building more schools and medical clinics to provide the requirements of every person. I'm gonna build a firehouse and expand because there's a big need for residential area, and this area I just don't have enough to do it because this whole area is filled in here now, and this area is filling in now. So $12,000 is enough for a firehouse. You can kind of see the red is high risk. This whole part of the city is very high risk of burning. So the firehouse is just going to provide all that it needs. So if things catch fire, they get put out instead of burning down and becoming abandoned buildings. This house is like, oh, here we go. So yeah, next part of the video, we will be experimenting with this. I usually don't dig canals or do that stuff until later in the game when you have a lot of money. But yeah, these parks are really important. They help keep people happy. You get more road options. Yeah, look at all this. These rules here. Got unique buildings and landscaping policies. Yeah, this is all pretty fun, exciting. All right, thank you so much for watching. See you all in the next video.